What about this overall take on ISIS?
Well, look, it's the president himself who called the three-day summit. And it sounds like a community organizer talking about outreach to bereaved communities. If you listen to the president today and his emphasis on Islamic grievances, on reaching out, on making Muslims feel comfortable and not excluded, you would think that we are responding to the execution, the beheading of 21 Muslims on behalf of 21 extreme Christians somewhere in the world. It is so divorced from reality.
Absolutely. And joining us now is Ron Christie, Daily Beast columnist, former Vice President Dick Cheney staffer, Special Assistant to President George W. Bush, and CEO of Christie Strategies. Ron, I want to start, though, with Rudy Giuliani. My God, you would have thought that, I don't know, that he used the N-word, for crying out loud. I mean, the president ran on a platform of fundamentally changing America. The president sat in a church for 20 years where the pastor said, GD America, not God bless America. I mean, and the list goes on and on. He palled around, as Sarah Palin said, with a domestic terrorist. I don't think many presidents have that resume.
No, and good afternoon, Steve. Certainly they don't. And when you talk about fundamental transformation, it's almost like saying, my country is so broken, my country is so wrong, my country is pointed in such the wrong direction that but for me, I need to come along. I need to change this. I think Rudy Giuliani is absolutely right. If you love America, with all the history we've gone through, if you love America, you wouldn't want to fundamentally change it. And the way that he talks down about this country, the way that he's always apologizing about this country, I just find it astounding that he's supposed to be the leader, the head of the United States government, and he trashes us at every opportunity.
Now, you're, of course, a great political strategist. The left is jumping on this. Scott Walker, who was there when Giuliani said that, now has to disassociate himself and say, I don't agree. Every Republican presidential candidate has to do the same. Is it incumbent upon them to do this?
No. What's wrong with these people? This president has shown no love and reverence and respect for this country. Remember, it was his own wife who said for the first time that she actually had respect for this country was, of course, when her husband got in the race. There is no sense that I have of looking at the way that he flippantly salutes the Marines when he gets off of Marine One, the helicopter, the way that he doesn't put his hand over his heart sometimes when the national anthem is played. He's shown no great love and reverence. Bill Clinton, you have to disagree with him about a lot of things, but you never questioned his love and fealty for country. Barack Obama, I just don't see it. And I tell you what, these Republicans are going to look like a bunch of pansies if they continue to sort of distance themselves from Giuliani, who actually had the courage to speak truth to power, Steve. That's really how I see this.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I absolutely couldn't agree with you more. Let's talk about this Marie Harf and Jen Psaki. One writer that we had on the other day dubbed them in his column Lucy and Ethel. And now, I don't know which one, but Lucy, let's say, one of them, Psaki, got promoted. She's now the head of White House communications. I mean, what is it? What is Obama trying to prove here?
Well, you know it's bad, Steve, when you even have Chris Matthews, who was interviewing Marie Harf, and this is where this whole controversy started, when she talked about, if they only had jobs, if they had a handout, they had an opportunity. No. A lot of these terrorists are wealthy. You look at Mohammed Atta, who was one of the hijackers on 9/11, wealthy. You look at Osama bin Laden, wealthy. These people aren't hurting for lack of money or a lack of opportunity. Their job is being a jihadist. Their job is being a terrorist. And the President of the United States continues to act like this is some community organizing problem, that if only America wasn't so bad, they'd come around to our way of thinking. Well, you know what? These fools have been running this war like it's a domestic exercise and a faculty lounge exercise, then recognizing that the terrorists have been at war with us since at least 1979, and the only way they're going to learn, Marie Harf, is we need to kill them, we need to stop them, and we need to make sure that they don't harm America.
One more. What should the Republicans do with this funding on Homeland Security in the wake of the judge's ruling? Does this give them an out?
I think it does give them an out, and I think my former colleague Karl Rove had a very interesting take on this in the Wall Street Journal, where he said the House ought to repass the DHS bill and limit it specifically to what the judge's order held was, against the law, pass that, send it to the Senate, and let the President Obama and the Democrats explain why they want to fund illegal aliens when the Congress acted responsibly to keep the Department of Homeland Security open and Americans safe.
Yeah, very good. Hey, Ron, great talking to you again, sir. Have a great weekend.
Always a pleasure, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. My pleasure. Ron Christie, ladies and gentlemen, and very, very interesting. When we come back, we're going to get some more insight into what's going on up on Capitol Hill with the chief congressional correspondent for the Washington Examiner. Susan Ferricchio will join us on Washington's reaction to President Obama's terrorism speech and what he's doing with national monument designations. Don't go away.